Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Brandon, and this is going to be a sweet little game of Team Deathmatch on launch. This is actually going to be a sort of video response to Woodysgamertag. He recently posted a video with his recommendations and advice for incoming freshmen in high school. And considering I am a sophomore this year, I thought that maybe I could give some of my advice from experience to those who are going into freshman year, and considering school's starting in about 2 weeks, what better time to do it than now? But anyways, guys, before I get into this, I'd like to give a huge thank you and shout out to my friend Joshua. He was nice enough to record this video, and he knows that I'm getting a PVR soon, so I won't have to bother you anymore. But thank you so much for recording this. I really do appreciate that. But anyways, let's get started. So my first piece of advice to incoming freshmen of anywhere is the fact that you have to realize that high school is a place where multiple schools and middle schools have students coming together once again. And if you remember from when you were in elementary school, you may have had a graduating class of like 50 kids, and then you went into middle school and you had like 200 kids, and you had all these different schools combining. At least in my area, there was like 4 elementary schools going to 1 middle school, and then there's like 3 middle schools going to 1 high school. So you really have a huge opportunity to meet new people and be able to get new friends. I mean, the best thing that you can do in high school, at least for your freshman year, is to make new friends. Because throughout high school, you have different classes, and there's no way that you're going to be able to get the same classes with your best friends every single year. It's impossible. So if you make new friends, it's a lot easier to have someone to sit with at lunch or have someone to talk to in class. I mean, it makes it a whole lot easier. The second piece of advice that I can give to any freshman is to just be yourself. If you were one of those kids who were really shy in middle school, yeah, sure, going into high school would be a great opportunity to be more outgoing, to be the person who everyone's like, oh, he's so outgoing, he doesn't care to, be shy and sit in a corner all day. But at the same time, you have to realize that you have to be yourself, because if not, people are going to think less of you. Even if you think you're doing something right, trust me, be yourself. It annoys the crap out of people when people are not themselves and they try to be someone who they're not. And as a freshman, a lot of kids go into high school thinking that they can be someone new, but it really just bites them in the ass in the end. So you just have to realize that and keep that in mind when you're starting school. Now, the best and the biggest piece of advice I can give to any freshman is the academics. Now, obviously, high school classes are much harder than middle school. Middle school is really a time to get your bearings on your study habits and kind of your school work ethics. But when you get to high school, it's a lot more serious. You can't slack off whatsoever. And if you do, you have to face the consequences. In high school, you have to realize that colleges are going to be looking at your grades. And if they see you failed the easiest class, like at my school it's Hope or health class, if they see you fail that class or that course, they don't want anything to do with you, because why should they even look at you to attend their college if you can't even pass the easiest class in high school? And sure, it may be easy, but you have to realize that academics are nothing to joke about. You have to keep your head up high, and you have to do the work. I mean, it may not be the best, but trust me, it's not that hard. As long as you do your work and you get your stuff in on time, you do the projects, teachers are going to love you, and it's really going to help you out in the end. As far as going with that, kind of information, let me just give you this piece of advice. If you go up to a teacher and ask for help during the year, even if it's your worst teacher, you hate their guts, go up to them. If you're having a hard time in the class, be like, I don't understand this. Do you think you can help me understand this a little bit better? Trust me, it's going to help you so much. If they see that you care about their class, if they see that you care about the work, even if you get like an 88 or a 78 in the class, it'll be a letter grade booster, trust me. Teachers really care about that, especially when they have a bunch of students that, may not care about school as much. And even if you're one of those students, maybe you don't even care about the class, you don't do anything, you know that you're not going to pass it. If you show that you want to, or you show that you have the idea that you would like to, trust me, teachers are going to like you a whole lot better, and they're going to let you get away with a lot more than you would if you just sat in the back of the class and texted the whole time or just didn't pay attention. Trust me, it'll help you in the long run. Basically, as a freshman, it's a really good experience. I mean, high school is just an absolutely amazing experience. So far, even as a sophomore, I can tell you that freshman year was really good for me. But then there's a lot of my friends who, may have not have felt that way. And I think they may have taken the wrong route as a freshman. They kind of thought that, maybe freshman year was just your little starting area where you can fool around and kind of get away with it. But I know a lot of people who were seniors last year, and it really hurt them when they were trying to apply for colleges. But their freshman year, because they slacked off, it really didn't help them in any way possible. So as a freshman, you may not think that that year really affects your outcome as a student in high school, but trust me, it has a huge effect on the way you can live your future. I mean, it could be that grade that you got in math class that now won't let you go to the college of your dreams. You just have to keep your head up high and think of the future. Another great thing about high school is the fact that you have so many social events. I mean, at schools you have sport events, you have clubs, and I'll get to that in a second. But it's a great way to meet new people. It's a great way to go and hang out with your friends in a safe environment. I mean, you don't really have to go somewhere where your parents might not let you go. I mean, as a freshman, you have to realize that parents sometimes aren't very lenient when they know you're going out somewhere that they don't know of. So if you go to a place like, the football stadium for a football game, it's a great way to hang out with your friends. And the best piece of advice I can get for meeting new people and just getting out of your usual group of friends is to join clubs. At my school, they have a ton of clubs. And the club day that we have every month is a great way to number one, skip class, and number two, it's a great way to hang out with all these new people. And it depends on what your school offers, but usually the clubs can be anything from academics to just social events. So it's really cool to get active in your school. That's the best way to really survive your freshman year. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace.